We should be live. Should be. It would appear so.
Live on the internet.
We're live on the internet. Wowee. Yippers. All right. So you made me watch a movie, and I watched that movie.
Question, though, is it a movie?
Okay.
Does it meet the conditions of what we would call a motion picture?
Okay. All right. Well, we got to let's table that question, that very important question, with a little bit of a. We got to back up. So we were discussing movies last week on stream, and my friend Brent issued a challenge, and I accepted it. And I am just referring to it as the Skinamarink challenge. And for those of you in the future, I would suggest watching the trailer of Skinamarink. And if you're like, hey, that movie looks like something I would want to watch, then go for it, because I do think the trailer is very accurate.
Yes.
I think it's a very accurate depiction of what the movie is. And I want to know how far you get future people in the movie before you tap out. Or change the rules, which is what I did. I got 20 minutes in and then I started fast forwarding.
But that sounds about right. I think 20 minutes is about how long it takes before you realize, oh, this is the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what the movie is.
Yes.
And there's still like an hour to go.
An hour and 20 minutes to be more precise.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's an hour and 40 minutes long. It is.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to invite you to team.
You know, it doesn't feel like an hour and 40 minutes, though. It feels like 3 hours.
I was going to say, you fucking with me? It does. It does.
Yeah. It was like that Zardoz experience. I'm still watching Zardoz. I'm still watching Skinamarink. I'm still in that theater.
Slowly turning to bones.
Yep. Turning into a skeleton.
Yes.
Looking at the static image of a wall.
I was going to say, if anybody gets that reference in context of Zardoz, also leave a comment below. But all right. I'm in St. Marshall, and I need to bust some Carnival of Shadows people, and we can talk about the movie that you're still watching.
That I'll be watching for the rest of my life.
I don't like spoiling movies, particularly, it's one of those things about like streaming that I know any time that I have watched a YouTube video or like listen to a stream or something like that, and people start talking about movies and they just outright spoil it. That's something that I'm like, I wish they wouldn't do that, even though, I'm not going to tell somebody, what to talk about and what not to talk about. But that's kind of like one of my pet peeves. Because, if it's something that I've wanted to watch for a while, it's almost like when is it going to get spoiled? And that's something that irritates me. Fortunately, this is a movie where nothing fucking happens.
It is impossible to spoil.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I mean, if you've seen a movie, you probably know that something is going to happen. I mean, you can probably guess what's going to happen. Where are Where are the Carnival of Shadows people? Where are the clown ladies?
That is a good question. I don't know.
Where the clown porn at?
I'm just going this way. I don't know why.
Okay, I'm gonna run around. Oh, I don't want to get involved in this mess.
I have unexplored map up here, so that's why I'm going up here.
Is there a big the Fortune's Wheel? That should be where the clown ladies are.
That's some good thinking.
Yeah, like I bet they're over there. I see it. Yes, there's some carnies in the parking lot trying to. I don't know.
Yeah, under the massive big tops.
Yes, under the circus over here. Oh, we got a carny rave going on.
Not no more. We don't.
But okay, so what brought you to watch that movie? I'm curious.
Oh God, they beat the hell out of me. Okay.
Well, now you have time to tell me.
We were curious about it. I actually saw it in the theater.
What?
Yeah.
There's no way to fast forward there.
No, I was there the entire goddamn time.
Holy oh my
From
God.
start to finish.
Oh my God. Is that why you wanted me to watch it? You had is this an It Follows situation? You have to get me.
Yeah, a little bit. Or like The Ring. You have to show someone else the tape. Yeah, we were just curious about it. Our friend Kelly wanted to see it. He's a really big horror guy.
Okay.
There was some buzz around it. I'd heard that it was very unconventional, so I knew a little bit more going in.
Okay.
I think than you did, unless you looked anything up about it ahead of time.
I watched the trailer.
Okay.
And I actually,
again,
I will say, I think the trailer is fairly effective.
Yeah, and it's the guy who made it, he works better in short form. He actually based the movie off a short he did on YouTube called Heck.
Oh my God!
About 30 minutes long.
Okay.
And it's basically the exact same thing, only at 30 minutes, it works better.
Okay. And what is it called? What is the YouTube video called?
Heck.
Heck. Oh, heck.
Like, oh, heck. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we wouldn't want to upset Nanny's sensibilities about saying HE. Double hockey sticks.
And it even kind of comes to a conclusion. I mean, it's basically the same.
Okay.
Shtick. But again, at 30 minutes, it's tolerable at 30 minutes.
Okay. I was going to say that it kind of feels like a YouTube video or something, or I don't know, creepy-esque pasta.
Yeah. And I think that's why it resonated with some people. Because,
I did.
I don't remember a review I saw, but it was something to the effect of, this is the kind of thing you should watch at home on your laptop in a dark room. Right?
Oh,
at
okay.
2 in the morning.
Yeah, half asleep.
Yeah. If you're not half asleep, it might make you all asleep.
Oh, I was watching it at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, we got to put this in the wrap it up box because I'm going to go to bed earlier, whether I'm willing or not.
Yeah, I was dozing off in the theater.
Oh, wow.
Literally dozing off. My eyelids are heavy. I'm struggling to stay awake. And I mean, on the one hand, yes, I'm an old man, and that's just part of my life experience. But at the same time, I've never been just falling asleep in a movie before.
Okay.
There's always something going on.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I've ever had that experience in a movie theater. Falling the fuck asleep in a movie theater. Yeah. But Like apparently it made like ridiculous amounts of money for like what it like. I think they made it for like 15,000, and it ended up making like 2 or 3 million.
Yeah, they made it for dirt cheap.
And good for them.
What the heck? I'm getting clobbered. Yeah, good for them. Right, and that's one of my takeaways for the movie is I really am like, good for them. This got a theatrical release, which is wild. It got a nationwide theatrical release. Made a lot of money. Good for them.
Good for them, yeah, honestly.
I have no ill will at all towards the guy who made it, and wish him nothing but success.
I would
really do.
You know, honestly, I'd kind of like to see what he would make with, I don't know, a proper editor and like as a collaboration and not just, you know, him and 2 kids.
Right. Yeah. I'd like to see him make a real movie. In short, you know, not to be,
you know,
not to be a snob about it.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of a snob, I guess, but yeah, like, well, you know, like a real movie with a plot, you know, and visuals. And
I feel like all right, all right, I got a mission. Or I did. What happened? What did I do?
what do you?
Did I somehow like mess up? Did I ended up abandoning the mission? I might have. Select task. There we go. I goofed up. All right. We got to go fight gremlins. But like the part where like the movie kind of made me tense for like a short point in time because I'm waiting for something to happen, and I really hate jump scares. Like I don't want to watch a movie and then have somebody come up behind me and go boo. Like I find it rude and I don't like having a physiological startle response because I think that's just not my thing. That's not my thing.
Yeah, it's just taking advantage of an animal response, like you said, taking advantage of a physiological response.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's the same as being scared.
Yeah.
Right. Or feeling fear. I think it's being startled. It's different.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's somebody putting their finger near your eye to make you blink.
Yeah.
And saying, "Hey, I made you cry." Or you know whatever. I mean, I'm yeah.
Yeah, it's not really the thing that they're wanting to.
It's not an emotional response. Like you made me cry because you put your finger in my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
and it has a couple of jump scares. 3 maybe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I mean
total.
Yeah. I didn't hate the movie. It's just
I agree with that.
I didn't hate it.
I don't hate it.
It's not for me.
No.
I respect what the person was trying to do, and I kind of respect the hustle that he was able to get this made and it was put into theaters. Like I respect all of that, and it does have that feeling of like a COVID movie. Like I feel like this is the most COVID movie that is ever COVID.
Yeah, like something that like you couldn't do any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Like there was a movie that was pretty effective that was made during COVID. I can't remember what it's called. It was on Shudder, but the one that's pretty much entirely like people on, like video screens.
Okay, all right.
What was that called? Yeah.
I don't know.
I wish I could remember it, but that was actually pretty effective. And it was, again, like very low budget. You know, nobody can actually get together to make a movie where we're going to try
Yeah.
and do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really has that feel. I want to make something, but everything's closed.
And we can't get close.
I just have me and my 2 kids.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm struggling to have thoughts and feels. Like, why did you recommend it to me? That is a question I have.
Really, I think I just wanted to talk about it.
You have to exercise this demon.
Yeah, and also in a sense, I do think it's worth experiencing.
I agree with that.
Probably only one time.
Yes, I'm never gonna. Yeah, I would never watch that again.
Yeah, I will never watch it again, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I do think I don't regret having watched it.
I agree with that.
Yeah. My life was not made worse.
It wasn't like, it didn't make me mad. I've had movies make me mad.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they make? But I just, like, I will say that putting that to be, making that movie an hour and 40 minutes, that does feel a little bit like a troll.
Yeah, it's entirely too long.
Yeah. So, is it like, is 30 minutes too long for something like that? I feel like if maybe the editing was a little quicker, like if it jumped around a little bit more, that might be better. But, for those, the people who have not seen this, there are just all of these long, drawn out, like just shots of a dark house. And
Yeah.
And I feel like it's almost like a Rorschach test. Like you start seeing things by just looking into the darkness, and
it puts this heavy film grain on everything. So your brain is kind of filling in things, looking for patterns.
Yes.
In an image of a dark room with a heavy film grain on it.
Yes.
And again, I got to the point about 20 minutes in where I kind of realized there's not going to be anything in there.
unless it jumps out and, unless it clangs pans or something, it's going to be, it's going to be a jump scare. It's going to be, someone's going to go boo.
Yeah. There aren't things hiding.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever you see is what you bring.
Yes.
Into it.
Yes. So I went from being kind of like interested and a feeling of being tense and like anticipating to, oh God, this is the movie. And then a sense of, I have to fast forward this. And I don't like fast forwarding through movies because I feel like it is a cheat, but at the same time, I'm middle-aged and I'm allowed to do old man things.
Yeah, and and this is extenuating circumstances too.
And I feel like if there is a movie that, the jury is just going to, nullify my crime, it's going to be, it's going to be this movie.
Yeah.
Your Honor, nothing happened in that movie. We're not guilty.
I fast forwarded through all the static shots of
static.
Of static. And they'll all be really kind of idiosyncratic shots too. It won't just be like a straight shot necessarily of a hallway. It'll be like a weird, like, cameras on the floor looking up almost completely at the ceiling.
Yes.
Or just looking up at a corner of a room.
Yes.
Or just something weird and, off kilter.
It needed to have more weird shit. Because they're like...
It did.
Yeah, like, I think it's 20 minutes in where there's a chair on the ceiling, and I thought, well, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there are definitely things in it that I was like, oh, that's neat. I wish there'd been a lot more of it.
Yeah.
And it's, more weird stuff. And like at the end of the movie, it starts to get a little more, dare I say, purposefully weird.
Okay, yeah.
And there's some legitimate things in there that I'm like, this is pretty creative. And I'm like, I kind of wish we'd gotten here a lot sooner.
I very well have not. Like, are you talking about something specific?
At the very end, there's kind of some more surreal kind of images. There's like the weird thing with the house, and it's kind of like in a void.
Okay.
And, yeah, there's some stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting more visually interesting.
Okay.
And I wish it had just been there the whole time.
Or at least like at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah.
Because the kind of rule is you've got a 90-minute horror movie. Like usually, I have more of a feel for this with like sci-fi or horror movies, that the monster shows up at the 30-minute mark, or shit goes sideways at the 30-minute mark, and that's usually The Thing or whatever. Fill in the blank. I'm gonna pop these ladies real quick. That sounds way more sexual than I really intended it, but hey, can't take that back.
I mean, it's fine.
It's fine. Like, near the end, it looked like the camera was like crawling around on the ceiling, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I almost missed it because I was fast forwarding, and I think there was a couple times like I kind of missed the ending because it kind of just ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There isn't really an ending per se, which is appropriate because there isn't really a plot
or a movie, really.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like a spooky a slideshow.
Uh-huh. And then, and the soundtrack is there's this really persistent, like, brown noise hiss.
Okay, yeah, like the air conditioner is going or something.
Yeah. And then 1930s cartoon music.
That too. Okay, yeah, the cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And that's for the entire runtime of the movie.
Oh God, I don't think anybody's going to take the challenge.
And you watch 5 seconds of a cartoon loop for about 10 minutes. Yeah. But I also think I'm recommending it. I really wanted to see if you would watch the entire thing. Or if you would get to a point and just be like, no.
If
I'm done with this.
Oh God. I wouldn't have been able to get it done in a single viewing. I would have had to have like broke it up or done something else. I can only imagine, oh God, like that is a horrible movie to walk on the treadmill. Like that would be terrible, because like my experience, like I will watch a lot of stuff on the treadmill because it will like if you watch a good movie on the treadmill, it's an easy bit of exercise in my experience. Like it completely, masks that you're just walking in place. Like if it's a really engaging movie.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That, like, Skinamarink would be, like, I think it might actually make the experience even worse.
Yeah, you'd be there the entire time.
Yes. All right, level me up, yo. Train up to next level. I'm a next level villain. Sure. I guess I should probably put something in evasion. Hide. I use hide all the time. Hide is always on. I wonder if I should like smooth these out with like 2 or 3 each. I don't know. I feel like I focus too much on where I put my holes and my powers. Sure. And
Yeah, I don't know if I do it right. I really have no idea.
yeah.
I'm just like, looks good. This one needs more holes.
That one needs more holes. Yes. There we go. Send more holes. Oh God. All right, I'll deal with this off screen. All right, I got enough space for recipes. I got enough space for salvage. I got enough space. All right. Space is the place. Mission. Rescue casino patrons from Circle. All right. I will set that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else about the Skinamarink? Like, I knew there was no way that Jess was going to watch that movie. Like, she watched, she read the synopsis and she was like, "Oh no, I'm not watching that." And hi, Squid.
Hello, Squid. I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah, there's just no way. Like, there's way better movies that she has fallen asleep to. Like, I don't know if she would be scared. She does. Like, oh God, what were we watching? Like, Demons 2 fucked with her. Like,
oh yeah,
like the little puppet demon.
okay.
Like, that fucked with her, and I'm like, no. Like, this is like I'm like, this is fucking with you. Like, because there's the part with the kid who is played by a little person, and I'm like, that's a little person. And it is clearly a little person because it is not that kid, and it's kind of hilarious. But then the gremlin birthing, like the critter gremlin or whatever, the little demon, and I just think it's hilarious, and it was fucking with her.
That's interesting.
Yes. Will you be playing Dr. Von Doom, Squid, and would you care to join us? I don't I realize that, pretty much all emotional experiences are that's kind of the definition of subjectivity.
Yeah.
All right. I invite you to team. All right. And I'm swimming for the next mile. Have we depleted Skinamarink?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think we've covered it pretty efficiently.
Okay. I would like to know what other people would think about it. That is something I'm curious.
I will say, interestingly, when we were leaving the theater, a group of people came out behind us, and they were all young people. They were like, I don't know, late teens, I guess.
Okay.
In that area. And they all sounded like they loved it.
Because they haven't experienced life. And I don't mean that in like a horrible way. it's like it. The older you get, up to a point, I feel like it's harder to be impressed.
It is.
I do think that, or hey, or you see more movies, you read more things, and you're like, oh, this was totally ripped from this.
Yeah, you see how everything fits together because you've seen more stuff.
Yeah,
And it's hard to see something you've never seen before.
yeah.
Which is part of why I started to get really interested in weird foreign movies and weird cult films and stuff, because
Yeah.
those will still surprise me. And I'll see something that I haven't seen before, and I'll be like, well, there we go.
What did Shannon think about it?
She did not care for it. We're precisely on the same page. Like, again, that same thing. Didn't hate it.
Okay.
Doesn't regret watching it. Will never watch it again. And not for her. It's for somebody. Because there are people that really like it, but that person's not me.
Okay.
And I think it does resonate more with people who've, spent a lot of time on YouTube, I think.
Okay.
I think it resonates more with young people.
Okay. A vibes-based movie.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay. One other thing, and this is just something that the most minor gripe ever, but it's like, why did they set the movie in the 90s when they were clearly going for like a 70s vibe?
Yeah, and we talked about that. That was very strange.
And even in the trailer, it was like the release date switched, I think, back and forth from like 2023 to 1973. And are you here, Brent? Yeah, you're here.
I am here.
All right. I'm gonna pop this ghost. Badly. So that's just kind of like, why did you do that?
Yeah, and I really don't know why.
And it's like, I feel like that is the most nitpicky, like, it's a nitpicky thing, but at the same time, it's like, it's an artistic choice, and it's like, clearly you're trying for this gritty, grainy 1970s. Why did you put it in the 90s when it would be like, this is so meta?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really don't know. Other than just, again, kind of vibing on that, like, kind of grindhouse aesthetic.
Yeah. Unless they, that was for the trailer and for marketing purposes.
We might, yeah. I mean, it might be part of it, but
Well,
I know, like, the opening titles had a very, like, 70s movie kind of vibe.
Yeah. And, like, the ending.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know. All right. I don't even know what is Ductor? Is he a dominator? What are you? You are dead. Oh, okay. I'm apparently a god among men. This tiny little goblin man. I don't give a fucking about no demons.
The demons just melt me.
All right, I got a little funny ha-ha from an interaction with Jess today. Did you hear about the political Kentucky news?
I did.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Figured we talk about it.
Okay. she sent me a text from the BBC. It was like a headline, and she misread it and got really happy because it said, well, let me see. Let's see if I can find it. U.S. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell announces it is time to move on, and he will step down in November. So she read it that he was GTFOing out of the Senate, and he's only stepping down from leadership. Wah, wah, wah. So,
which probably does mean running out his term and not running again. But
I'm pretty sure that. I mean, odd. He's playing the odds.
Yeah, he did. He's in his mind. He's already dead.
And like 2 days ago, I didn't recognize this guy, but it was somebody in the title, like the title of the article was like blah blah blah. Oh shit, no, that was not the title. All my shit done turned off. That like the number 2 in the Senate said a thing, and I had never heard of this guy.
Uh-huh.
He was just, a white dude. So I just didn't know who the guy was, and I assumed that, he's next in line. I'm just, yeah, I'm gonna have to run away for a minute. Excuse me, Mister. I am going to go through here and try. You know what? I'm just gonna step outside. I'm just gonna. They can't follow me here. So I'm just gonna step outside and get all my blue juice back, because my elude went away as soon as I went over there and popped a dude. And a child is home. Hello, daughter.
Hello.
How's it going? Good. Come here and give me a hug.
Okay.
Daddy's fighting monsters. Badly. All right. Go get you a snack and get on your phone. Enjoy yourself.
Okay.
All right. Thumbs up. Thumbs up to the old man. All right. So you all are dead, or in the hospital. Okay. Or in transit. You're doing a fine job. Okay. Yeah, if you want to, Squid, you can get you can get another character or not. Either way. I'm content with us just, getting killed over and over again. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I don't know. My health just disappears when I start fighting these guys.
Okay. Do you not have any
advancements?
Do you have like are you you're in vulnerability, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or yeah, the power set is invulnerability also. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Invulnerability.
Okay. Yeah. Is that not great against like fire, like damage over time?
That's a really good question. It's definitely not good against something.
Okay. Also, like that,
me.
like the dark stuff is probably not doing us any favors.
Probably. Got my resist elements, my resist energies. I don't know. Yeah.
Check my global. How do I check my global friends? Where is that? Friends. friends and go down to the bottom. Global friends. There we go. All right. Invite to team. There we go. I should probably just have that on all the time. There we go. All right, now we good. Anyway, back on Mitch McConnell. I mean, he is only like 90.
Yeah. And clearly not, doing so well
I figure
from a
that
memorial standpoint.
somebody found his phylactery and they're using that as leverage to have him step down. They found it. They finally found it.
To his tomb. Or he'll turn to dust, all except for his skull. Become a demi-lich. Just be a jewel-encrusted skull in a tomb somewhere.
All right, I'm gonna pop this guy. All right, I feel better about that. Oh, whatever. Owie. Just in time. Yay. Like when he croaks, like didn't they change the law about like the governor has to appoint somebody from the party if someone like dies? Am I remember that right?
Yeah, something like that.
That is my understanding, because it was supposed because it's my understanding he wants Daniel Cameron.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. That is my understanding. Oh God, do we have to walk this guy out? No.
You're on your own.
Okay, good. He knows the way.
I think they might even be trying to change it so that the governor doesn't appoint at all.
Okay, all right. To limit governor power unless their side's on there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I am shocked.
They always change the rules when they've got a Republican governor.
I'm shocked. I don't believe you. Not my Republican Party.
It's not my Freedom Party.
Yes, but therefore the freedoms. All right. Do we want to talk about movies or politics? I'll leave it up.
Either way.
I'll leave it up to you. You have a hankering for more movie talk, or I don't know, political comedy.
I mean, I'm always up for talking about movies.
Okay. All right. All right. I do have a recommendation for a documentary that I watched and really liked. And it is 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel like it. Oh God, what is it? Woodlands Darker and Days Bewitched. It's on Shudder.
Was that their folk horror documentary?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen that, but I've meant to.
It's really good.
Okay.
I think I watched it over the weekend, and I ended up really, really liking it. And it's really good. I mean, it talks about like folk horror and Satanism and and witches and so forth from in America, in Great Britain, does some stuff in other countries and so forth, and very very good, very entertaining. Does not feel like it's 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
That's always good.
Although I did not watch it, in one sitting because, because it's 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
Right. It's tough to do.
Yeah. But I do feel like it was educational. Like they bring up Lovecraft, Stephen King, yeah, and watching it, because the kind of the basic thing of how they described folk horror is that it is like this conflict between the modern world and like the past, like,
Yeah.
and I've seen The Wicker Man, I've seen like Midsummer and Hereditary, and I've read all kinds of H.P. Lovecraft, but I didn't realize that like folk horror was like an actual like thing.
Yeah.
But having it like explained, I'm like, oh, I get this, I understand this, and at some point in time in the movie, I had like this thought of American politics is kind of like being in a folk horror.
Somebody's trying to stuff us in the Wicker Man.
But it's more like it's a fight of the modern world and like old ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Like old ideas about race. I mean, there's old ideas about like people's own religions. I mean, yeah. I think it's I feel like that between the Old Testament and the New Testament, and like trying to like having like these old arcane, really out of date ideas about like what constitutes like life or rights, or who gets to do what on what days, like just all of this that it's like clearly we can't have a society based on fill in the blank in Leviticus. Like it's just not like it's counter how we even see like America.
Yeah, it's not practical.
Yeah, it's not practical, and it's just it like I see it as not being like compatible, like
yeah,
like original sin, or ladies can't come out of the house if they're on their period. I mean, there's just like these really old outdated ideas, and it's like I feel like the old and the new, modern and extreme tradition butting heads, and I feel like that is the American political landscape, like specifically.
Yeah, and this persistent idea that if we go back to doing things the old way, then things will get better,
or
problems will disappear,
or it's the way that it ought to be.
Yeah. And the problems that we have are the result of modernity.
Yes.
Where that overlaps with fascism, of course.
Yes. Outdated racial ideas, or fixation on on questions concerning Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really weren't that good. The good old days were not good. They weren't.
Yeah, they kind of sucked. They sucked for everybody, but some people more than others.
Yeah. And and I can't help I can't help but bring up the Alabama, fertilized eggs are people, yo.
Yeah. Which is deranged.
And you have a bunch of old Christian nationalists, evangelical fanatics who all look a certain way, and they are typically dudes, white, and white mustaches and beards and so forth, and it's just a poorly dressed version of Christopher Lee in Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Who's not dressed? He's just not dressed as dapper.
One of the details I like from Wicker Man is when he talks to Lord Summer's Isle. I mean, he's basically just kind of doesn't really kind of say, but he's like, well, we've just we didn't always do this, but we started doing it and people feel like it works, so we keep doing it.
Yeah.
Not even really a true believer kind of mentality. He's the guy in charge, but he's kind of
And they specifically
it worked for us.
Yeah, they bring up him in that he's coded as an aristocrat, and it's the old ways, the nobility running things, and blah blah blah.
Yeah. But the form of it doesn't matter so much. Just that he gets to be at the top of it.
Yeah.
I like the way this guy was looking at me. Flaunting his skull at me, so proud. Jetpack.
All right, I got to call a guy. Break up the negotiations. Okay. Mission. I select task. There we go. All right. I'm swimming. But I hate American politics. It's
yeah, it's ridiculous and ghoulish.
It's the worst, most narrow-minded, racist, self-serving hypocrites doing minoritarian rule.
Mm-hmm.
You take any of those movies, and it's why are we sacrificing a person again? Why? I mean, and it's we still do sacrifices in the modern era. It's just we just sacrifice grandma to go work in Walmart as a door greeter before we have a COVID vaccine. That, I mean, and I forget what monster out of Texas who, basically said that, grandma was okay with dying for capitalism.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, that's the real point.
Yeah.
Because that's the real God. I mean, it's kind of trite to say, but it's true.
Yes.
Capitalism is the religion of the United States.
Yes.
This is the one true faith. And the free market is the one true God. If you do the right things and make it happy, you'll get good results. You'll get low unemployment, you'll get low inflation. You'll get high wages. If you make the free market mad and do the bad things like regulate, you'll get high unemployment. You'll get high inflation. You'll get low wages.
Too much government spending outside of the military will make inflation go up, says Joe Manchin.
And that makes the free market angry.
Oh, God. Like touching the Ark of the Covenant, and then you dead.
I mean, it really is. It's like a Lovecraftian cult. There's this cosmic horror called the free market. And you have to do all these rituals.
Otherwise, it'd be angry.
Otherwise, it will be angry, and you'll die under a bridge. Or you'll go bankrupt from medical debt, or whatever, And on top of that, conservatives, they have this, they're really invested in the idea that bad things happen to bad people.
Just world fallacy.
Yeah, that's very much a part of what they believe, and it all kind of fits in with that,
Calvinism.
Yeah, if you are bankrupted by medical bills from cancer, it's like, well, maybe you didn't live your life right. And then when bad things happen to them, it's somebody else's fault. And you just kind of see that play out over and over and over again. And, what I hesitate to call their policies, because they have no policies.
Like, I hear you, Squid. And ding. Like, there is no shaming the Republican Party. Like,
no.
They are shameless. Like, there was a point in time, like, I guess more in my edgier, I don't know, atheist period. Like, I feel like atheists really harp on hypocrisy. And, like, not enough of them will pick a side. There's way too many, like, enlightened centrist atheists.
Yeah, I'm smarter than both sides, and that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Yes. Or the middle path is always the right one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Or, oh God, what did Chomsky say? Like, Sam Harris has a religion. It's the religion that it's the state. When they were beefing. Oh God.
Yeah.
Both of them sounding incredibly dispassionate as they beef. Their long emails. I don't know if you've heard anything about that. It was like, I don't know, it was like fucking 20 years ago.
But yeah.
An academic off.
I was going to say a very academic beef.
Yes. I'm just picturing, like, Noam Chomsky talking like Noam Chomsky, and it's like, citation needed, bitch. Like... And I don't know. I feel like I'm coming around. Like, I feel like I'm getting edgier. Like, I just want to tell every Christian I know, come get your people. Like, I know it's not them, but just goddamn. Like, there's way too many differences of like religious people that I have in my family. The church that I was a member of, which was Methodist, it got church divorced from the United Methodists because it doesn't want to do the gay marriage. Which
in a schism.
Yes, the United Methodist Church has schismed. It's done something of a divorce, which, you know, hypocrisy, a little bit.
Right.
So the churches that left get to keep their property, because let's be honest, that's all they want. Really, they want their property, and they want to not, you know, marry gay people, or, you know, whatever. But, you know, hate the sin, not the sinner. Winky face.
Yeah. They don't hate them. They just want them to not exist.
And it's like, you know, I have disagreement with my grandmother, you know, sorry Nanny, I'm bringing you up, but like, just, you know, her talking about how her and the preacher's wife talking about, like, oh God, would we have to marry gay people? We don't agree with it. And it's just like, I feel like it's Nazis thinking more about Jews than Jewish people do.
Yeah.
It's like, just let people live their lives.
Yeah, and it's just, yeah, that kind of way to, like, I don't know, try and turn a thing into being about you.
Yes, it is. It's very, very, I haven't thought about that, but it is definitely centering yourself in someone else's life.
Yeah. And creating this kind of, you know, oppression fantasy where it's like, you know, gay couples, for whatever reason, all swarm your church to make your homophobic church marry them. You know.
Stop.
And then, if you know, the NWO will come and and give you some of those poisoned Bibles from Left Behind 3 or whichever one it was, when they're just running them through the machine to make them toxic, whatever the fuck they're doing.
I don't get your reference. Was that something in Left Behind?
It's in, I think, the third Left Behind movie. Like, one of the Antichrist's plots is they're making all these, like, contaminated Bibles, and there's like a shot of them just like running them through some kind of, I don't know, contamination machine.
Oh,
it's not clear what it's doing.
Get it out, Squid. I know you're typing.
It's contaminated.
Squid's
I just remember thinking it was so funny.
Was that Nikolai Carpathia or whatever the fuck his name is?
Nikolai Carpathia.
Oh God.
Yeah, Christ.
Oh God. Fuck.
Yeah, Squid. I mean, that's just kind of where it stops for me. Like, I don't think anything beyond that. It's just like, yeah, what people do that doesn't affect me. It doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
So, you know, so why would I have a beef?
Because I am my brother's keeper.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And the main thing is maintaining your feeling of moral superiority over somebody.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And that's, I mean, that is so shitty.
Because if everybody's equal, am I really equal?
But surely I'm not going to hell, you know, if...
No.
Oh, God. And they're...
Trump couldn't possibly be the Antichrist. Even though I'm kind of like, I don't know. Kind of fits the bill. If I were the Antichrist, that's who I'd want to vote for me.
Oh, God. I immediately thought of the Dead Zone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. God, what was his name? Stillwell?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I can't remember.
I think so.
That sounds right, yeah.
No. I'm not going to look it up, but...
I think The Dead Zone is one of Stephen King's best books, honestly.
Never read the book. I saw the movie, though. It's
really close.
Okay. I do like the movie.
It is a dangerous idea, but I do like the dissection of like what do you do when you're right about someone destroying the world, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know, sympathy for the crazed lone gunman, so to speak. It's an interesting thought experiment.
Yeah, if you'd seen the future and you knew something terrible was going to happen.
Yeah, because he's got the plot.
Do? Yeah.
And I mean, that's basically every, mentally deranged, assassin or whatever.
Yeah, they think they've seen behind the curtain.
Yeah. My endurance consumption is just not great. I need to do some push-ups or something. I don't know, cardio.
Need more blue.
I need more blue goo. But it's like, I love that me standing still means I'm furiously typing away. Yeah, it's like the tank is always on the move, except for when the tank has something to say.
Yeah.
It's like, get it out, Squid. Exercise the demon. I understand.
And I know that feeling.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. All right, we got to rescue kidnap victims. But it's like all of that energy during the Bush era, trying to, define marriages between a man and a woman, like all of that, and all of this spent on like trans or gender affirming care for like medical treatment equality and reproductive care and so forth, and the media playing both sides or trying to calibrate the centrism between the 2 points.
Yeah.
Moving the goalpost to what a reasonable Republican is, and Nikki Haley, she's the reasonable Republican out of her and Donald Trump, as she's like, fuck yeah, those fertilized eggs are babies.
Yeah. Even though she holds pretty much all the same positions.
Yeah, it's just
don't find her as personally objectionable.
Yeah, she's got a prettier face.
Yeah. She's not a gross old man who poops himself.
I forgot to bring it up. Thank you.
Same policies, but
yeah, it's the same stuff.
Yeah, but normal, normal in appearance.
I was going to try to paraphrase Tolkien with whatever whatever Gandalf says at the Prancing Pony. Like, not everything.
Oh yeah.
The foul. I feel like yeah.
Shit, I don't remember. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, and thank you for the follow. Why is everything green blacked out on your stream? Why is everything green? Can you be more specific?
Everything looks okay on my end.
Oh. Our life is like blacked out. What about me?
Oh, you see that.
Why is that? What do I look like? Hold on a second. I'm gonna unhide myself. What do I look like? I'm green.
Huh.
Okay. So is the inspirations okay? Yeah. Why is Twitch? You chatter, you
Yeah, that's so
got
weird.
me. you got me. I have no idea. Like a couple, like not the last time I streamed, but the stream before last. The what is this? I'm using? What's it called? Twitch Studio fucked up, and like every time somebody chatted, like a black bar would go across. Like I had that black bar on my overlay. That was just a bug in that like patch.
Huh.
Yeah, it's done now. This I got no idea. I have to say that is an attention to detail that I would not have picked up on. Thank you.
Yeah, so I looked at it at first and I was like, I don't know, it looks fine to me. But in fact, it is not.
It's almost like you're green screened. Okay. Oh, I have no idea. I have I got no fucking clue.
I wonder if that is some kind of green screen setting.
Huh. I will.
That's like rendering the greens as transparent or whatever, or overlaid.
Huh. I will.
Because it's just those particular greens.
What about this? Is this green?
Huh.
That's green.
Yeah, that's green.
I got nothing. Yeah. I got no idea.
All magic.
But hey, thank you for the information on that. Yep, only my City of Heroes HUD. I'm gonna put Jarvis on it. Now I'm lost, and I'm going the wrong direction. Here is a person, and two big beefy Nazi boys. Jesus Christ. Am I going to have to rescue you? Oh, it's fine. I have no idea. What the fuck are we talking about? Honestly, you're one of the good chatters because you apologized. That's it. It's okay. I think it was yesterday. I had somebody was like, "Why is your stream tagged as stay-at-home dad?" Because I'm a stay-at-home dad. Oh God, I am trapped. Here we go. All right, here we go. I am trapped in a cave. All right.
So they're fighting like 100 Nazis. I did all right, but the squids had to bail me out.
All right. I think I don't know if they classify you as demi-human. Oh God. Isn't that the term in like D&D for all the non-human races?
It has been
Okay.
in a few games, and they've really tried to get away
Oh yeah, that's
from all that.
yeah, that is something. I've noticed that D&D has tried to go woke.
Yes, they've gone woke, and now subsequently shall go broke,
Oh yes.
in accordance with the prophecy.
Okay.
Yeah, they've tried to strip out a lot of the vestiges of stuff that you might call
Imperialist.
racialized. Yeah. Yeah, like even right down to like specific ability score bonuses for
Oh.
different races. Like orcs, half orcs getting a penalty to intelligence, for instance.
Oh. Okay.
It's not a thing anymore.
I think that's for the best.
It is, and it's kind of more in accordance with the way people play D&D in modern times anyway.
Yeah.
Instead, you just kind of get to put bonuses in whatever stat you feel like. Yeah.
That's okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's
You get some kind of little special thing for your race or whatever it is.
okay.
But nothing like, not like it used to be.
Not the bad old days.
Yeah. Where you could, at best call it kind of bioessentialist.
No one wants the dwarves to be able to smell money anymore. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I don't think they've gotten rid of the term race, because it might just be too baked in to the concept.
Yeah, I mean,
Like for so long.
Yeah, because saying like I don't know species in a fantasy setting doesn't sound right.
Yeah, and other fantasy games have like experimented with kind of different terms.
Like what?
Kin is one that I've seen. And again, doesn't really work.
Yeah, isn't like kin and kith like some bad branding?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or bad invoking.
I think some have just called it origin. Or ancestry is a popular one.
I like ancestry.
Yeah, it's more neutral and it's not loaded.
You could
I think Pathfinder uses ancestry.
Yeah, you could I come from this land that where the orc come from. So
yeah, and it kind of makes it more like,
kind of
my
like
grandmother was French, then my grandfather was a monster man. my grandmother was a subhuman. Instead it's like, I'm part Dutch, I'm part orc,
Oh, yeah. Not a green-skinned devil with subhuman intelligence.
Yeah.
That werewolf has magic powers.
Magic werewolf.
Power Lad making me stretch. Hey, Power Lad. I like ancestry. I think that's
Yeah, I think it works.
that works. Like the reason it popped in my head, have I talked to you about Delicious in Dungeon?
No.
Okay, it's an anime on Netflix, and I actually do like it. It is what me and Jess and the girls will watch, and it's pretty family friendly. Like some of the episodes do have some. Enjoy your lunch, Power Lad. But there's some violence and so forth, and a little bit of language. And Netflix's weird nudity guidelines, like, me and Netflix disagree on what they consider nudity. In that you can have somebody just being nude but not showing specific parts of the body that, you know, classify nudity traditionally. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, okay, let me just, okay, in the credits there is a woman who, imagine that she's on a pier over like a body of water, and she's, you know, she's wearing like a bathing suit, but then she tucks in her knees with her arms, puts her arms around her knees, and puts her head down. So you can't see the bathing suit or her face or anything. So it appears like, is she naked? Is she in a bathing suit? Does she just have, like, you know, does she have a crop top and a pair of shorts on? I don't know. It's nudity though. And I think that's
okay.
yeah. I think that, yeah.
All right. Not sure that's a reasonable standard, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I like the show. And so basically, to cut down on supplies and like downtime, these adventurers like kill monsters and then cook them and eat them. So
okay.
And
that sounds like that's the premise.
Yeah, that's the premise. And
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like, my girls really like the show. Yeah. But like,
it's pretty popular right now.
Yeah, and yeah, like, it's based after an anime. I don't know shit about it. I'm nowhere fluent in the anime. But they brought up like no eating demi-humans. So I've had demi-human on the brain a little bit more recently. Yeah. So that's, yeah.
The demi-humans.
A demi-human.
Oof.
Yep. Oh God, what was it? Human parenthetical.
Yeah.
Oh God. Sorta human. All right. Rescue the last victim. Oh God, in what corner be this person?
Oh gosh. These sprawling Nazi caves.
I'm a demi-human. Can they eat me? Well, on certain parts of the internet, they do. They do. Very special demi-human romance. All right.
You check everything down this way.
I'm gonna double check it.
I will too. Or I'll run into a wall as fast as I can.
Maybe. All right. What about in here? Well, is there going to be like just a pair of Nazis in a corner somewhere enforcing strict traditional gender roles on somebody? Yeah, there are. Right here. I called it. Motherfucker literally beating on his chest like he's a big, strong man. Oh, God. Oh, God. Fuck this guy.
Where are you? Oh, I see.
He dead.
Yeah, you called it all right.
Yeah.
They were indoctrinating her into the trad wife lifestyle.
I'm a lawyer. Oh God. Oh, on that note, I watched Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
Do you?
It's Olivia Wilde's movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It got shit, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, as I recall.
Like, I remember it got shit. It's a pretty good movie. I would recommend it.
Okay.
And I think, am I done with Hard Case? Yeah.
Work on Bugatti.
Well done. Archon Top G. Oh God. Oh, fuck that guy. But he's in prison, right? Or in jail. I mean, he's got problems. Andrew Tate.
Yeah, is he still in Romanian jail? I don't know what's going
I
on.
don't know. Leave a comment below if you're Andrew Tate.
And you're in Romanian prison.
Yes. All right. What are contacts? All right. I'm just gonna do like a pay permit. Let's just get a pay permission. Steal some stuff from Circle of Thorns. There we go. Get the reagents. Okay. Mission. But and it's right there. Wow.
Nice.
There we go.
I shouldn't have flown away.
He's out of jail. I think he might be in house arrest. Okay. All right. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But I liked the movie. I will do my putting two movies together to produce the movie. It is Stepford Wives Had a Baby with Get Out.
Yeah.
And
I think I know the twist. I won't say what it is, but I think I know it.
I knew the twist
I read it somewhere.
because I listened to Red Letter Media.
Okay.
All right, have fun, Power Lad. They had a much bigger problem with that movie. I was actually going to go back and like watch their take on it, because I just remember people having problems with the movie, and I didn't have a problem with it. I actually really liked Chris Pine's character, and they did it pretty spot on. Are you aware of who his character is based on?
I'm sure I've seen it at some point, but I don't know.
Lobster Daddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Like,
All right. I've heard that.
yes. And I recommend the movie, and when he starts talking, you're like, I was like, holy shit, yes. This is Jordan Peterson.
Nice.
Yes, he is, much more pleasing to look at Jordan Peterson without the Kermit voice. But like the self-help, pseudo-intellectual, depth, saying things for long periods of time with actually not saying anything. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of jibber jabber.
Yeah. And, I won't give away, like, the commentary of the movie, because I do think it is worth watching. But I think possibly the people who had problems with the movie didn't like what it had to say.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yes. and I don't know, because I think it has a similar thing to say as like Batman did, the Batman. It, not the same thing, but the same kind of social commentary of like people are radicalizing.
Yeah.
So yes, and actually pointing the finger at in the right direction. And that is not being woke. That is having a political opinion that you happen to be right.
Yeah.
My only criticism would be they probably should have got somebody other than Harry Styles to play the husband, just because he's not bad, but it's clearly Harry Styles got in on because he's Harry Styles.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. He was sleeping with the director at the time.
Yeah.
But, hey.
Good for him.
You're good for him. Hey, whatever. And good for Olivia Munn getting with Harry Styles. I mean, she's not robbing the cradle, but, hey.
Yeah, I'm not hating.
There you go. But, Florence Pugh is a better, she's a better actor. And it was her show.
I mean, she's good.
Yes. Yeah. It's one of those things Dune has all these really tiny parts that are memorable, but giving Zendaya and Florence Pugh these characters, it's kind of a waste to them. They're better than than the parts they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else the hell did I watch? It's Alive. I have. Oh God. More Nazis. Oh God, It's Alive. I had never seen that movie. I find. Is that movie supposed to be played straight? Is it satire or is it I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe it is supposed to be a little bit of both, because it does play really straight.
Very
most of the time.
Yeah.
Gosh, I forget who that director is.
Didn't one of the Coens brothers write it? Larry Cohen or Lawrence Cohen?
Oh, yeah, Larry Cohen. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
No relation, as far as I know.
Oh, just okay.
Yeah, Larry Cohen. Yeah, and he's got a pretty solid exploitation background.
Okay.
So he's that kind of thing that that makes you think, yeah, there's something a little tongue in cheek about it.
Okay.
But at the same time, I think it is supposed to play straight.
Okay. Because I'm imagining the pitch meeting, people with cigars, and they're imagine Rosemary's Baby, but from the guy's perspective.
Yeah.
And what you were talking about, centering yourself in someone else's business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to have that kind of monster movie, to be completely from the dad's perspective in like this. It's not like father knows best. It's like father knows everything, and we're only going to ask father because God told us to.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's a movie from the 70s. I don't know how serious things were, meant to be taken. I just thought that it was, I don't know, I just kind of thought, is this supposed to be the anti Rosemary's Baby or the compendium? I don't know.
Yeah, or even just kind of the, I don't know, more overtly exploitation version.
Yeah.
Which I think guys like Larry Cohen, I think a lot of them kind of start from that kind of mindset. Like, it's kind of like, oh, we can capitalize on a thing, but we can also ramp it up.
Yeah.
And make money from it.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't like I would feel like somebody more from that kind of background would be like skeezier, like, particularly like in the 70s, I don't know, skeezier, like, what is it? What's that Wes Craven? Last House on the
Left, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that one feels like skeezier and, grimier.
It's a skeezy movie.
It is a skeezy movie. Yeah.
That's what some people like about it. Not a fan, really.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's like the sleazy version of Ingmar Bergman's Virgin Spring.
Okay.
I mean, it really is. It's practically the same story.
Okay.
Only it's sleazy in 70s.
Okay. All right.
And not, Swedish.
All right. I almost said, there's one, but it's you.
Womp womp.
What else did I watch? Oh God, I watched The Strangers. Have you seen The Strangers?
Oh, which I've actually never seen.
Okay, I did not care for it. I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of home invasion movies.
I'm not either.
Really. Yeah, probably the only one I really liked was maybe Us, and that's like a fake home invasion movie.
Okay, I wouldn't. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't.
Because that's kind of where the movie starts.
Yeah, but that's not where it ends up.
And then goes way off.
Yeah.
Into a different direction.
It's a
It's a bit of a bait and switch, but it's the kind of bait and switch that I like.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm glad I watched it because I now have a kind of comparison, because Liv Tyler is in the movie, and I now think of Liv Tyler as the woman version of Keanu Reeves.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because she is ethereal. And, I don't think she's a bad actress, but I think that she is probably, she has a range, and unfortunately during this particular point in time, I think directors just wanted her to look doughy, to look doe-eyed.
Yeah, she's more of a presence in movies.
And say the significant other's name over and over again, which
That's why it was good casting for Lord of the Rings.
yes. That her being an elf just walking around in a forest you know, holding a torch and, slow that down. And then you got like, ethereal elven woman, but like it doesn't,
playing your strengths.
it doesn't, yeah. I didn't realize the whole like name calling thing. When me and God, this has been whenever the second Hulk movie came out, Jess's criticism was Liv Tyler walking around going, Bruce, and I didn't pick up on it, but when I was watching The Strangers, she was just walking around the house calling for her significant other over and over again. And when you see that, you can't not see it.
Makes you wonder about the script. Is that all in the script, or
or is that just walk around and do your thing? And
yeah.
So I did not care for it. It reminded me a lot of Funny Games.
Mm-hmm.
I like Funny Games better because things happen in Funny Games.
Yeah, and it definitely has its own weird thing to say.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Beyond
it had
just what it's about.
Yeah, I feel like I might almost like Funny Games better on a second viewing.
It's something I should watch again.
Yeah, but I don't like watching suffering when like it seems like suffering is the point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care for it.
Yeah. All right. Do this one and call it. Oh God, caves, you confound me. God, everything's still black on the screen. I'm gonna look into that. We're just walking around a fucking cave.
Punching a ghost.
All right. Oh. I don't want to have to take on all these guys by myself. There we go. All right, there we go. I'm trying to watch things that are going away from Netflix because the month is getting ready to, switch over, and I at least prefer that they tell you when things are going away now.
Yeah.
Continuing my 1970s film festival of watching One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
There's something I haven't seen in a long time.
There's a lot of people in that movie that are like, oh wow, that is a baby Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Or Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't realize like Michael Berryman's in it.
Oh yeah.
Scatman Crothers. And I know like some other like that guy.
Yeah, people you recognize from a million things, but
Yeah.
couldn't tell you who they are.
Yeah. And another like, instance of like young Jack Nicholson. Is he retired?
I think so.
Yeah. Which doesn't he like have, I don't know, emphysema or something? I seem to have heard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. I mean, he is like at least 80, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's done the work.
He's yeah.
He can retire and go to basketball games.
Yes.
Do that full time.
Yeah, there you go. Retire.
He's earned it.
Oh dear God, oh God, the map. The map.
This guy.
Is that the guy? Apparently that was the guy. All right, I'm going to pop this demon. All right, demon. I'm popping you. He did.
Nice.
All right. All right. It's about that time.
That's true.
All right. Sonic Seductress. Nice. Okay. Good name. Good name. All right. Where's the place? I'm gonna go sell my wares as I sign us off. All right. Thank you. Thank you to Squid for hanging out. Thank you, present people. And thank you to the future people of the YouTubes. And I guess that'll about do it. Everybody do the things, do the social media things. Follow us on the places, and I don't know, say the things. Give
hit
us
buttons, ring bells,
ring buttons, and push bells.
Go out on the streets and scream. Just at random people. Just go to Walmart and yell at people.
Yell nice things though. Otherwise.
Yeah. Don't be a jerk about it.
Yell only nice things in public.
The top of your lungs. Yeah.
Okay, where's button? All right. Bye everybody.